Ahoy! How are you? Well, I hope. So, Disneyland's 70th anniversary celebration started 2 days ago, Friday the 16th. I don't know how long it runs for, but I've been trying unsuccessfully, and I'm sure I won't be able to get in to be there on July the 17th, the official 70th anniversary of Disneyland's opening. But as I said, I went on Saturday, which is the second day, and I thought I'd share some of what I saw or my experiences. Not super crowded. Keep in mind that they have the 70th anniversary churro. They've got the Matterhorn macaron 70th. They have the 70th anniversary macaron. They've got Hook's Gallery tuna melt at Rose Tavern. I think they brought back some sort of French fries at the Galactic Grill, several beignets, etc., etc. They also have a new firework display, I believe, which I did not stay to see, Paint the Night Parade, and beginning on July the 17th, what they're calling a magical life, Walt Disney himself will now be a animatronic alongside Lincoln. I think they're putting it on a Lazy Susan, so you get a little bit of Lincoln, a little bit of Walt, kind of rotating. Along with, understand, they're slapping 70th on everything possible: t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, a couple of jackets, etc., etc., pins. But one of the things they are doing is they're selling this key to Disneyland, right? So what this is, it's kind of interesting, and not, let me say this, not easy to get. You'd think they'd have a pant load of these. I didn't realize it at the time on Saturday because I thought, well, this is not terribly busy. I went to Galaxy's Edge and started my morning at 8 o'clock with a couple of rum drinks and a pretzel. I thought it's not terribly crowded. And then I realized, oh, they're selling this, key to Disneyland, and everybody has been standing in line for it. It's actually sold in several locations, the World of Disney, the Disneyland Emporium, Star Traders, Pioneer Mercantile, which is in Fantasy or Frontierland, Pooh's Corner, and the Engineer Souvenir, which is in Toontown. By the time I decided that I had to have one of these, it was already almost completely sold out. And I didn't realize it at the time, but walking in for Rope Drop, the line at the Emporium was super long, and it didn't occur to me that this is what everybody was actually standing in line for. I thought, well, everybody's just in line so they could buy t-shirts, hats, etc., and sell them on eBay later. Turns out I wasn't 100% wrong. But anyway, I decided to get one of these, and they were sold out almost everywhere. I'm standing in line at Pooh Corner, and a nice cast member came out and said, hey, there's only about 75 left. Well, how many is a party allowed to buy? Well, it's limited to 10 per person. 10 per person, which is insane. Well, so she walks back. We're outside. There's probably 15 of us, maybe 20 of us standing in line. And about 4 minutes later, she walks back out and says, well, now there's only 48 left. So someone, obviously, everybody's buying 10 at a time, and they're walking out with bags and bags of these. This is only on day 2, and a lot of people were very upset. And then we heard, oh, the Emporium is being restocked, and people started sprinting and running. I don't run. Even a cast member commented, you're not running. Well, 1, you're not supposed to run, and 2, I don't run. It's not that important. But anyway, the idea behind this, I was able to secure it. The idea behind this is you take this key, and they have these, we'll say, kiosks at nine locations across Disneyland. And you go and you jam it in this thing, and this lights up, etc., etc. And when you complete your 9 tasks, the key opens up, and you get a commemorative trading pin. There's one of 9, and those pins are not for sale individually. Now this little plastic key, this costs $49.99. And the locations that you go, near the fire station. So you go to the fire station, you'll see this kiosk. You put the key in, you turn it, and it starts to light up, and it plays some sort of music. Then you go to the next location, and these are no particular order. Aladdin's Lamp, which is like the Adventureland Bazaar. You put the key in, and then another portion of the key lights up and plays some music, and so on and so forth. There's also a kiosk by Haunted Mansion in New Orleans Square. There's a kiosk, which I saw in Pooh's Corner, and they're really, really kind of cool if you got a little guy with you, because they do light up and whistle and sing and hum and do some interesting things. But as you work your way through, each light up. So like I said, Pooh Corner, there's one near the Garrison in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. In Frontierland, there's one by the delivery service wagon. It's kind of as you head into Galaxy's Edge, that one little old red wagon. There's one by Roger Rabbit in Toontown. There's one by the Fantasy Fair souvenir shop by Small World. And there's one by Buzz Lightyear in Tomorrowland. And then I think the last one is by the newsstand and tunnel. And once you've completed all 9, the key magically opens up and you get your trinket. But like I said, you can't buy, if you're trying to chase down those trading pins, they're not being sold individually. So in theory, you'd have to buy 9 of these and hope that you don't get a repeat. And at $50, that's a lot of dough. But I thought I would share that. It's kind of an interesting 70th. I don't remember the 65th being particularly exciting, but that was during COVID, so a lot of things were different. I think that's fun for kids. I think it's kind of a bummer that if you want to collect all 9, you got to keep buying these things. Probably good for Disney, but bad for the rest of us. But anyway, there it is. There's the key. I'm not terribly interested in the pin, so I purchased this more just to, really just to throw in a box. And in a few years, my hunch is there won't be a whole lot that are sealed and untouched. So Disney's 70th. I'll let you know if I'm successful in getting in on July the 17th. It seems highly unlikely, but it was still a good time. I think for the vast majority of people, they're somewhat unaware of the 70th. They've got posters and different things going on, but I think for the average Joe, it's just another Disney day, and if you want to get one of these, you can. And they're not; these aren't limited. I think they're just so incredibly popular, and the fact that they're not limiting how many a single person can buy, they're just selling out very, very quickly. I think I was just quite fortunate that I was able to get one, and that was halfway through the day. A lot of the cast members saying, "Oh, we're all out for the day. They're not going to bring any more in." Maybe they underestimated how popular it'd be. I don't know. But anyway, there you have it. In this world, when you can be anything you want, you be kind, you be humble, you be forgiving, and there's no limit to this. If you do buy the key and you're able to go back several days over the next couple of months, you can continue to use the key as long as the 70th anniversary celebration is going on. Once they yank those kiosks, you're toast. But there's a little hole right there, and I'm pretty sure that's a reset. And I bet if I put a needle or something in there, this whole thing would light up. And I'm not taking it out of the box, but right on top of this shaft, it would open up and give me the little trading pin. But I much prefer it being just like this. Anyway, take care. As I was saying, in this world, you can be anything you want. Be kind, be humble, be forgiving, and we'll see you next time. Bye.